Hello and welcome to GPTV on Tuesday the 7th of December, the birthday edition of my wife, of course, so a bit of a shout out. Happy birthday, Irene. Hope you have a great day. Hope you enjoyed breakfast that we had this morning and lunch and, of course, dinner. And my name's Philip Kingston and welcome to GPTV.
I'm Gary Peer. Welcome to GPTV and happy birthday, Irene. May it be a year with everything you wish for included in it. And good health to you. Phil, it's December. It's all happening. Now, some agents out there, not ours, they're looking a bit tired, a bit worn. They haven't had many holidays. They've been in lockdown. They've been stuck in Melbourne. But tell you what, there's worse places in the world to be stuck than this wonderful city of ours.
Well, we talk about agents being a bit tired, and the question is, are we match fit?
Oh, yeah.
And if we use a footballism, you know, you've got to be training all the time.
Of
we
course.
all sat at home, pretending to work, you know, working on our database, calling out
I don't
clients,
pretend to work.
doing all of the things that are necessary. I think there was a lot of pretending going on because agents right across Australia are walking around in December just that little bit slower than they normally would.
Well, I don't know what you did. I'm not sure what you did at home. I was working damn hard at home. It sounds like I should have been pretending and keeping up with you, having some...
I'm not sure what you did at home, Gary, but if that is your story,
I'm
you're
sticking to it. Sticking like a rock.
So, viewers, let's be clear. It is all happening out there in the marketplace.
Oh, yeah.
Except, Gary, in the interest of transparency, as we always said, going back to episode 1 of this show, we said we would say the good, the bad and the indifferent.
No, the ugly, I think.
The good, the bad, the indifferent and the ugly. It is well seen now by both sellers and buyers alike that the market is coming off, or isn't it?
Well, we talked about it being a market that is plateauing, Philip. It has plateaued. Good word for Scrabble, by the way. Plenty of points in that word. It has plateaued now, Phil, and it was expected to. But some stuff's still as hot as it ever was, and we've had a few auctions on the weekend to prove that. There are some things that are still red hot, white hot, damn hot, but it has settled a little somewhat, Phil, although still plenty of people out looking to buy and plenty of people looking to sell, and we are going to go late this year, Phil. Very late indeed.
So, Gary, that was really just my way of getting a big announcement to hook the viewers. This is what we call the media hook, where I make a pronouncement where the viewers all of a sudden sit upright in their chair and go, what did Philip just say? So that was my little hook to get your attention.
And people at home, their kids are, you know, playing in the cutlery section now. There's people that are falling off balconies, all sorts, because everybody's just got distracted, Phil, and everyone's just lost control of the household.
The media hook, which is say something controversial at the start and then explain it. So
like you're the guy that throws the grenade in the room and then runs and just leaves everybody else.
This is me. So viewers, we were tracking at a clearance rate industry-wise of around 80 to 85% for the last 2 months as the market just built up steam. As the market built up steam, what did that do? It encouraged more sellers to come to the market. It did. So we then had a heading towards what we call market equilibrium, where we have the same number of buyers as the same number of sellers. So our clearance rate, as in the industry, has now dropped from around 85%, Gary, to just under 70%, but there is massive volume in the market. So what does that mean for prices? Prices are now levelling off at a very, very high level. So nothing wrong with the market.
If the clearance rate now is what, about 69%?
69% across Australia.
You'll put up the tower, Phil, for 69%. The tower next door, which is the Gary Peer and Associates sales tower, is at 82%, Phil. A very admirable performance, a good weekend. Well done to all of our sellers and those that bought from us. And that was a great synopsis of the market, Philip. I hope it made sense to you because I've got no idea what he was talking about. But anyway, we had a lot of things happen on the weekend that related back to GPTV in a very spooky way, Phil. And of course, we had the great pleasure on the weekend of having somebody live. You can bring that up on your screen, Phil. Somebody live, Phil, that said, I watched GPTV, so we've now found another person, so it brings it to around 4 or 5 people at least that watch the show, and they said, we've got the explanation of why 8 is a lucky number.
Well, we made the call last week, Gary, didn't we? We said, why in the Asian culture is 8 the lucky number? And one of our dear viewers, who has not only become a dear viewer, Gary, but has become dear buyers. So congratulations, Gary, to Julia, Dustin, and son Matthew, who are now going to explain why 8 is the lucky number. Why is 8 in the Asian culture a lucky number?
Because 8's pronunciation as Ba in in Mandarin, and then ba pronunciation is very similar as ba, which means going rich. That's why people really like number 8.
Okay, now tell me, on GPTV, who do you like the most as a presenter, Philip or Gary?
Definitely Philip.
Yeah,
I don't mind Gary.
I'll say both. I'll say both.
Yeah, you guys are funny.
Thank you very much.
No
Thank you
worries.
for the gift.
Thank you.
Merry Christmas.
Now, thank you for that explanation. I appreciate it. Although I think a bit disappointing about their favourite, their favourite host on the show or their favourite personality on the show. And I've got to say, Philip, that I think you set that up because I wasn't there at that little slick moment when you set all that footage and maybe even you actually dubbed in the answer. I'm just saying, I don't know. But anyway, we have got Team Gary and Team Philip happening out there.
There is very much so. But having said that, I love that when Julia explains why 8 is the lucky number.
Yeah.
I love that little son Matthew
Oh, yeah.
is having a good crack at that whiskey bottle that I gave them.
Can't wait to get into it. Exactly right.
So, Julia, Dustin, if Matthew grows up to enjoy alcohol, we can pretty much trace the moment back to that Sunday where you bought that beautiful home.
Phil, we've also had some mail. We've got a bit of a Phil's mailbag going on here, so we can put up the, because it's been a long time since we used the Phil's mailbag logo there, or let's put it up there, Phil. But, there was Monica here who met you at the Sussex Street auction last week. She is the lady who said that she watches GPTV each week. So we've now got at least 3 viewers.
Things are really
they're ramping up now after
Gary.
all these years, after episode number 686 or whatever it is. Not a whiskey drinker, but you gave her. What are you doing to people in the community in inebriating them? I'm not sure that's good. Anyway, her husband used to be the sole viewer. He was the only viewer of GPTV when they put their property on the market in 2019. Because he was interested at that time. However, he continued watching each week. But now our watchership, Phil, our viewing audience is doubled because now not only is Michael watching it, but also Monica is. So thanks, Monica, and well done on buying when you bought, because I know that Monica and Michael bought in 2019.
I think it goes deeper because they were the one that have coined. So shout out to Monica, who has coined, are you Team Gary or are you Team Philip? As to which anchor you like the best. Not that there's a competition between the two.
No, far
not
be it.
that we're
Not competitive by nature.
Much,
not at all.
I have worked out how I'm anchoring more and more viewers to Team Philip.
Is that right?
I'm surprised you haven't worked out this because it is on our credit card. I'm buying bottles of whiskey and I'm giving them away to people.
I've got to check that accountant of ours. He's got a lot to answer for. I'm calling him into my office.
Easy way for me to build Team Philip by just buying support.
People. Hey, talk about Team Philip. The auction that we had in Alfred Street on the weekend.
Yes.
One of the attendees of the auction said they were so disappointed that you weren't wearing your pink suit, Phil, because they loved you in that pink outfit and,
Pink outfit.
Well, yeah, pink outfit.
So first of all, it's not a pink suit. And
Well, it's a
secondly,
pink jacket.
It's not a pink outfit. It happens to be a lovely dusty pink spring stroke summer jacket.
I was going to describe it that way, but I couldn't really. Anyway, the other thing that somebody's talked about is your shoes, and I'd like to ask a little bit about that, because your shoes always seem to be particularly immaculate. Can you give away any secrets of how you keep them in that way? Do you do it yourself? Do you outsource it? Do you have somebody trained? Do you have a team of people? What's the story about?
It's a very good question, Gary.
His shoes are very
most
clean.
things in my life are outsourced, right?
Yeah.
So I have this vision, I have this view that it is important when I sell people's property because I'm being empowered and entrusted to represent them.
But their biggest asset,
And
Phil.
I believe, Gary, that it is up to me to make sure as the spokesman for their sale on the day that I look as good as is possible when you're cursed with these genetics. So I outsource everything. My shoes, first of all, it starts with 10 pairs of shoes. You have
You got 10 pairs. I thought you had more than that, actually.
5 pairs. Well, I have 10 pairs in black and then 10 pairs in brown.
That's
but
right.
I always have shoes at my shoe cleaner and my shoe repairer. And a shout out to they're in Wattletree Road, just up from the intersection of Glenora Road.
Glenora Road?
No, sorry, at the intersection of Glenferrie Road.
Just over there.
And I will come back.
There's
on
a nut shop
GPTV,
across the road?
Directly, there's a nut shop directly.
I know the
opposite
nut
that.
shop.
Anyway,
He knows
those
the shoe
lovely
place,
people, I walk in with a bag of dirty shoes. They hand me a bag of clean shoes. And that's how I keep my shoes looking so nice. And a shout out to them because they really
secret's
lovely.
out.
Husband and wife, small business, but a very, very well-run shoe repairer.
Phil, the topic of the week is, because I like to cover the topic and I never run it past you or even discuss it, but the topic of the week is, Phil, and it's important that we cover this off because there's, we try on this show to remove the anxiety that people have got in their lives around real estate. So we dispel myths, as you said earlier, we display truths, we dispel myths, and we calm the soul of the real estate seller or buyer, or even those considering to do either, Phil. And often people that are selling or want to sell, Phil, they say, what happens if my property passes in? So I think without going through all of our process, giving away all of our secrets, people will often see pass-in properties, Philip, as a failure.
Yes.
Talk a little bit about that.
There's no failure there whatsoever, Gary. In fact, passing in a property is a success. Is that what?
It's an overwhelming.
Is that what you're about to?
No, what I'm going to say.
I mean, only you could repackage as passed in property being incredibly successful.
Well, it can be incredibly successful, and I've got to say.
So come on, give me the spin.
A bit about that. Well, it's not the spin, Phil. It's the facts. The spin's your thing. I'm the fact guy, Phil. I've come out all the fact checkers are fact checkers, not fact checkers. Fact checkers are sitting at home looking it up, and they say, you know what, that peer guy, he's right. So I've got to say that if you do happen to pass in your property, the reasons can be as follows: price didn't meet expectation. Haven't found the buyer yet.
Genius.
Phil, no. But a lot of people say, is there a future? Let's talk a bit about what happens when properties are passed in without going into all of our processes. How soon after we pass in properties do they sell on average?
Okay, well, Gary, here are the stats. On average, across just about every year of our business, we've sold 80% approximately of our properties either before auction or at auction, which leaves 20% of our properties passed in every week. So if you do that every week, we are somewhat expert at passing in properties and then selling them.
It's called converting auctions to private sales.
90% of the 20%, so stay with me, 80% sold before auction or at auction, 20% get passed in, 80% of the 20% are sold within 3 weeks of auction day.
And therefore, that's why we have approximately a 96% clearance rate of all properties, just about year in, year out, Phil. But if properties are passed in, and if you're a vendor that's passed in, don't fear, don't fret. They do get sold. Sometimes we just haven't found the right fit, or sometimes we will actually say to our vendors, hang in there, wait, and you'll do better privately.
And I think that's the best part about a number of things that we do, viewers. We are there to get you the best price. So just because you get an offer on auction day doesn't mean we're going to be saying, oh, you've got to sell, you've got to sell. If we think we'll get you more next week, we are more than happy to come back next week and the week after and the week after. One thing we're not short of is person power. So we've got plenty of resources. We are committed to getting you the right price. And sometimes, as you say, Gary, 4-week window is not sometimes long enough to find the right buyer for a particular property.
And the reality is we've got nothing else to do anyway. So, that's the truth. We really have nothing else to do. We've got, our lives are totally dedicated to selling properties.
Selfless, we are selfless.
Selfless, providing shelter for the masses, Phil. That's what we do, and happy to do so. So if you
almost like a community service.
It is almost. So, Phil, if we didn't have expenses, we probably wouldn't charge anything at all. But I have to say, and we have to say, that if you pass in your property, don't worry. There is a good process, particularly for selling through us, and they do get sold after, and it's not indictment on your property. Phil, we've got a lot of auctions this weekend. We've got 40 coming up. Did you know that?
No wonder I'm thinking that I'm tired in advance.
Exactly right. But you will, as you always do, you'll come to the party. Hey, did you get to enjoy any of the Melbourne Football Club stuff? Because I know that they've got big Melbourne celebrations and parties and events. Did you get involved?
It was only last week that we took the boards on our house down. And no, I didn't get to the MCG, Gary, because as you would appreciate, I'm out there listing, selling, opening for inspection on the weekends. But I believe my son Jacob did drop into the MCG for half an hour just to see those incredible Melbourne players do what they do. And by the way, Gary, good news for me, by the way, is Christian Petrarca. Here is a scoop. Christian Petrarca has bought 400 metres from my house.
He's not going to be, when he finds that out, I hope he's settled, because if he finds out you're up the road and being the fanatic you are, he's probably going to withdraw from the sale.
So Christian, if you're watching the show, I've got a bit of a serious happening gym at my place. And if you really want to do some proper pre-season, I am selflessly prepared to have you train in my gym. But it does come with, obviously, I'm going to have to supervise, all of the things that you do.
Yeah, when you get changed and all that.
So maybe bring the boys over. We'll have a bit of a barbecue.
Yep.
Good
story.
I'll set you up and
make
sure that you're fit for going back to back.
I've got a good story about Christian Petrarca. In fact, Phil, only on Saturday did one of my friends have their son work at the Mount Erica Hotel.
Yes.
Wearing a Christian Petrarca t-shirt.
Yes.
And who should walk in? Christian Petrarca. There you go. So he's at the Mount Erica Hotel on the weekend, spotted, and of course one of his biggest fans serving.
I'm just trying to picture you having a friend whose son or daughter works at the Mount Erica
You know who it
Hotel.
is, but anyway, I'll tell you about that some other time. Let's move on, Phil. We've got lots of auctions.
Let's talk about what we've got.
We should talk about some of the places we sold because we have some exciting and interesting results, Phil. 34 Brick Street, well, that was sold for $2,060,000. Midweek, plenty of
Thursday evening.
Plenty of midweek.
Love these midweeks. I think we did that one at 6 o'clock.
Yeah.
Crowd of about 50. We had the coffee van there.
We've got like 10 midweek auctions.
Yeah,
Phil.
love
It's all
them.
happening.
Love them.
And then, Phil, 16 Seaview Avenue, Bentleigh. Now, how about that, Phil?
Did that go off?
In Bentleigh now, we're selling properties for $3 million. No big deal anymore, Phil. $3 million in Bentleigh. It's just like a walk in the park. It's going to be an everyday.
That was a lovely house. Massive crowd there, Gary. 5 people bidding for that property. Shout out to Leon Gusenfitter and his wonderful team from our Bentleigh office. And we are just selling some beautiful homes in Bentleigh. But you know what? 3 million, Gary, is the new 2 million. 2 million is the new 1 million. And 1 million is the new deposit on a one-bedroom apartment in Bondi.
It pretty much is too. Anyway, 16 Seaview Avenue, Philip, sold for $2,910,000. Well done to the vendor, well done to you, and well done to Leon Gusenfitter. Phil, we were back on the block. We're back on the block. I tell you what, we've had some fun with the block over the years, Philip, having represented a number of different people and having sold the block, the site in Regent Street, which is an interesting one. Anyway, we're back in Regent Street. It wasn't promoted in a big, noisy way as the block because another agent had it before we did, Philip. They made a lot of noise. They couldn't sell it. We just came in quietly, slipped under the radar and sold what is known as number 46E, Regent Street, Elsternwick, for a very, very strong result.
What a beautiful house. And shout out to the buyers. Loveliest people bidding for that house.
Delightful people.
We had 3 people bidding for it. Just really.
And Mum was there. The buyer's mum was there. And she approached me after she bought it and she said, I am here with my 10 kids. Well, she hasn't got, she's a mother of 10. And one of the ones that bought was one of her 10 kids. She was a delightful lady.
Wow.
So dynamic.
She's got
and
10
dynamic and lovely.
10
Yeah, she's
children.
got 10 kids and she looks fantastic.
You know, you'd reckon kind of like after number 4,
Yep.
you would go.
No way.
Yeah, no.
She was on a roll. She wasn't stopping for anything.
At what number, viewers, at what number would you go, I reckon that's enough?
Well, she got to double figures and she called it a day there, Phil. But dynamic, amazing lady. So
any twins? Did she say any triplets?
No, I don't think
they're
any twins.
all individuals.
She lives in Hawthorn at Camberwell. Delighted that her one of her kids bought 46.
Well, that's
Regent
lovely.
Street and sold for undisclosed price, Philip. But it was quoted in the high 2s, low 3s, and sold for substantially more. Can we say that? If we can't, we just did anyway. 2 at 17 Ellington Street, Philip, sold for $1,520,000.
Lovely property, lovely seller, lovely buyers. Well done to Glenn Bricker and Mark Kirkham, who brought that home before auction.
And congratulations to Ben Eisner from our organisation, who sold his own home. And I had the auction honours, Philip, of auctioning 4 at 272 Hawthorn Road, which went for over an hour, that auction.
Is that right? Is that right? Wow.
So I was rightly.
What were you doing? Reading the paper and having a coffee halfway through?
A cup of tea, and went inside and pretty myself.
Watch the races in Warrnambool?
Exactly. Well, you were right actually. It wasn't Warrnambool actually. I think it was Pakenham. But anyway, Philip's 4 at 272 sold for $821,500. Philip, the reserve was in the range, which was $650 to $715. Yet it ran away by more than $100,000.
Ran away like a runaway steam train, Gary. Can we get into this week's auctions? Otherwise, this show is going to be.
Phil, delightful people bought it from Narrawarren. I just want to share that, and enjoy the moment. 1 at 633.
Still going.
Sold for $750. Philip, Courtyard Apartment. That's what you'll have to pay today for one in Inkerman Road. Well done to our vendor in Sydney, a keen watcher of the show. And 18 Field Street. We've talked about that, Phil. We don't need to say anymore.
Well, shout out to the lovely vendors there and their gorgeous daughter Evie, who is just sweet. Who I spoke to the owners this morning. I said, "How's your sleep?"
Sweet. Yeah.
And they said, "Look, not bad, less stress,
Yep.
but Evie was hyped up from the auction. So
Yep.
I love it when I can hype a baby up, knowing that it was probably one of the most important things that's happened to that baby so far, other than, of course, being born.
Bring all that red cordial along, Phil. It's always it's always the scourge of every parent. I tell you what, the kids love you for it. Phil, let's rip into the auctions. We are not going to be waiting till the weekend. No, Phil, because we've got number 2 at 19 Evelyn Street, and that one is going off, Philip, on the 7th of December at 6 p.m. in just a couple of days' time.
Gary, that is a fabulous single-storey villa home, 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms. What a wonderful property that is, with a lock-up garage as well.
I love the look of 27 Bailey Avenue. It is a great street, Phil, just off Glenira Road near the Ripley Village.
Gary, I am excited to do that auction because it is absolutely everything. This is a beautiful Federation stroke Edwardian home, 4 bedrooms, 1 bathrooms, a 2-street frontage, a swimming pool. That is the house with absolutely everything.
You're going to be in Highett, Philip, for this fantastic development opportunity at 2 p.m. on Thursday.
585 square metres of land, Gary, with an 18.3 metre frontage. Doesn't get much better than that, and Highett is one of those go-to suburbs now.
And I just mentioned the wrong day, Phil, and those other auctions, of course, are on today, not any other day. Phil, let's get back to Wednesday's auctions. We're going to be in Oxford Street. What a
Gary,
magnificent...
walking distance to High Street and Glenferrie Road. This is the most magnificent home, fully renovated by a builder for himself and his family. That is a stunning home, a vast parcel of land, and of course, Oxford Street is one of the best in Malvern.
Let's move along quickly, Philip, because we've got lots to get through. Neeram Road, Carnegie, 6:30 on Wednesday, Lee or Samuel
4
auctions.
bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, and plenty of off-street car parking. That is a home and a potential work-from-home situation because it's a converted shop. It's kind of got a cool commercial stroke industrial feel, but what an amazing property. I love it.
Stunning, brand new and beautifully appointed, Philip. That's the way to describe 2A Daniell Crescent.
4 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, Gary, a double lock-up garage and a lift, and it's freestanding, and it's been designed by Teal Architects. What a beautiful home.
And that's a big wrap on Wednesday's auctions, Philip. But on Thursday, we have another block of apartments. Don't we love selling blocks of apartments?
Gary, this is apartments numbers 1 through 9 at 180 Inkerman Street in St Kilda East. What a great building, what a great opportunity for those investors that are watching this show. We thoroughly recommend that building.
We're going to work you hard as an auctioneer all week, Philip. We're going to wrap you up at this midweek. At number 14, Wendon Grove, great address.
Well,
Sorry, 1A.
I've got 1A Wendon Grove.
That's
Gary.
my eyesight, Phil.
4 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms. That is a fabulous home with a double lock-up garage and the driveway being on title. What a fantastic location.
That's a big wrap for midweek, Phil. That one was on Thursday. Let's get into the weekend. We've got a very busy Saturday morning with 4 auctions. We're heading off to start off in Dandenong, Phil.
Well, why wouldn't you start in Dandenong, Gary, and work your way in?
Yep.
So that's 3 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, great parcel of land, lock-up garage, more parking. I mean, talk about going from one extreme to the other. Ray Street, Dandenong, to Alexandra Avenue in South Yarra, which has to be one of the most premium addresses
very
in Melbourne.
exclusive address.
Because when you buy into this building, a 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom, beautiful older style apartment, you get to walk to the Botanic Gardens and the Domain Road
The Bot.
restaurant precinct, which is just thumping during the beautiful weather.
And the Bot
Love
for a
that
drink
spot.
there,
So
Phil.
Dandenong to South Yarra and everything in between.
39 Frederick Street, that's a great address, Phil, and a wonderful location.
Gary, we love that. 3 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, plenty of off-street car parking and a beautiful back garden. Lots to love there.
Great one bedroom apartment here in Grieve Street, Philip. Jeremy Rosen's Auctions.
Gary, we love that. 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom, 1 car space, great hood where our office is.
I get to auction this great looking home, Phil, which could be renovated or maybe pulled down. It is in the Nepean Highway, Elsternwick.
492 square metres of land with a gorgeous facade, Gary, that can be renovated. Much like your face, really. A gorgeous facade that could be renovated.
Could be
4
improved.
bedrooms, 1 bathroom, plenty of off-street car parking, great location.
Good bones, but could be improved, Phil. We're going to be in Murrumbeena Road, Lee or Samuel in his hood, 11:30.
159 Murrumbeena Road, Gary, 767 square metres of land with a fabulous house on it. Is it the house or is it the land or is it a combination of both? most important to call it yours.
What a classic looking building this one is, Philip, in the heart of St Kilda.
It's an Art Deco jewel, Gary, and that is 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, just a really beautiful size.
At 12:30, Philip, I've got auction honours in St Kilda Street. This is a fantastic apartment. I'd like to talk about this, Phil, because you don't know it, but I do. It's a penthouse-sized apartment in a very small boutique block with the most massive terraces, Philip. This is a very unique property, very spacious. Great location, right near the Ormond Road groove. I'll be doing that auction.
It is a fabulous property.
Philip, Elliott Avenue, Carnegie. We're back in Carnegie. We love it there.
Love that spot. 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, 1 car space in a secure basement. That is just great real estate.
You won't be with Leor at 12:30, but you'll be near him, that's for sure, in Nearham Road, just around the corner.
Gary, you are a wordsmith. 23 Nearham Road, 4 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms. This is a gorgeous Art Deco style home, and check out in the front sitting room the beautiful ceiling. It's just incredible.
If I was a performer, Phil, I'd be on Broadway, but unless it'll be you that will be there at 1:30 p.m. And we're talking about Broadway Elwood.
Gary, 3 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, 1 car space. Love Broadway, love Elwood. Buy before summer really hits and enjoy everything that Elwood has, which is essentially beautiful people.
David Thompson auctions in Glenhuntly, Phil, and that's Rosedale Avenue.
And what a great location. Walk to the tram, walk to the train, walk to the supermarket. 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom. 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom and a tandem lock-up garage for 2 cars.
2 more 1:30 auctions, Philip. One of them's in Murrumbeena. Leor Samuel auctions this terrific property
Yes.
over to Kangaroo Road.
3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, plenty of off-street car parking. That is a really good home and quite affordable, Gary. You're getting a really good home on a really good parcel of land, so good buying there.
Mr. Jeremy Rosens is going to be in Elsternwick. We love Elsternwick. We sell lots there. We always like working there.
Gary, a 3 bedroom, 2 bathroom home with a double lock-up garage, not a single. That is a winner.
Howard Avenue, Ormond, Phil, a terrific address, and you are auctioning. That's your final auction on Saturday at 2:30. Busy day.
Gary, 4 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, plenty of off-street car parking, land, the home, the whole package.
Leor Samuel brings that curtain down and hopefully the hammer down, Philip, in Glenhuntly, I should say Carnegie in Nearham Road.
Check this property out. 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms. Just stunning, Gary, and a very affordable price range.
That's our second auction in Nearham Road on Saturday, Phil. Sunday, we've got a busy early start, 10:30 a.m. We've got 3 auctions. Let's kick off in Inkerman Road, Phil.
Gary, you want to get an entry into the market either as a first home buyer or perhaps just downsizing or an investment, 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom, 1 basement car space and a storage cage. Good real estate.
Great looking property, that one, Philip. Normanby Road, well, we're looking forward to auctioning that. Viv Samuel is the handling agent and his brother Leor auctions.
Gary, that little pocket there is going to thump as soon as that new shopping centre is finished, which is part of the racecourse redevelopment. That little pocket there is going to be even better than it is. 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, and that is a really, really good piece of real estate.
You have 10:30 auction honours, Philip, and Elmer Road, 1 at 287. Your first one.
3 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, Gary, double lock-up garage, a lift, a gorgeous north-facing courtyard garden. Like that property, dropped in there during the week. It's a ripper.
42A Cromwell Street, Phil. I know about this property. It's a very interesting home that you could improve, you could renovate, you could rent out, or you could knock down and build your dream home.
241 square metres of land, so you can actually build a really good 2-storey home on that, subject to council approval, of course. But that does give you an opportunity to get into the North Caulfield market at an affordable price point.
Lockhart Street's a great street, fabulous address, Leor Samuel.
It is, Gary. 555 square metres of land, really good street. A lot of expensive homes in that street, so you can't overcapitalise by buying that parcel of land together with a lettable 3 bedroom, 1 bathroom home.
You've got this wonderful site, Philip, at 98 Bamborough Road going up at 11:30.
Gary, that's a good one. 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, plenty of off-street car parking. It is a potential development site or a new home site or, of course, a very pleasant home as it is. All of that is STCA subject to council approval.
Phil, I'm going to be meeting you at 12:30 at 1 at 5 Waiuna Road. This is one, I think, of only 3 units, a single level unit. It's got a beautiful floor plan, Philip. I think the garage, there's off-street parking and a garage, I think was sort of converted into another kind of cool living area. But this is a wonderful property, Philip. I'm looking forward to meeting you
2 bedrooms, 1.5 bathrooms, a lock-up garage there, Gary. That is good real estate, without question.
Glenhuntly Road, we've got an auction there at 12:30 with Leor Samuel.
Gary, yes we do. Beautiful boards and beautiful kitchen in this property. 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, car space, courtyard garden. That's a really lovely home. The back, Gary, that is just stunning and it all looks to the north and the west. Couldn't get a better home.
Phil, Nathan Grove goes off at 2:30 p.m. Daniell Peer has been handling that, and very excited for you to be the auctioneer there.
Gary, 4 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, plenty of car parking. That is a stunning property. And Nathan Grove, it's double lock-up garage, by the way. Nathan Grove is a really prestigious street.
Great address, Phil, Dandenong Road in Carnegie, Leo Samuel Auctions.
Gary, it's a part of that village around the East Caulfield area. That is a great property. 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, a secure car parking. A wonderful property.
Your penultimate auction on Sunday, Philip, is 48 Aruna Road. What an amazing looking property this is.
Gary, it is a stunning home. That home was designed by the late David Edelman, who I think was the best residential architect in Australia. No one understood light, space, luxury and how families interacted. That is a beautiful home, brilliant entertaining areas, all of the bedroom accommodation, a stunning property.
One at 36 Sycamore Grove, Philip. That's at 3:30, and Leo Samuel again also busy on Sunday.
Gary, that is a really good property. Check out the renovation there. Those beautiful polished timber floorboards, 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, 1 car space.
We're bringing down the curtain, Philip, at 4:30 at 57B Snowdon Avenue. Your last of 7 auctions and our last of 40.
Gary, what a beautiful home. That is a brand new property, 4 bedrooms, 4.5 bathrooms, a lock-up garage, absolutely everything that opens and shuts. The fit out of this property, it's a brand new home, so you're really getting a massive home, and it's on a good parcel of land, approximately 450 square metres of land, Gary. There is everything to love about that home.
That is a big wrap, Philip. You did want to talk a bit about 25 Langdon Road, though. That's a very special property.
Gary, we love that home. That is really just it. First of all, it sits on 875 square metres of land, which is unusual in Langdon Road, where most of the properties are around 750 square metres. That is a wonderful home, 4 bedrooms, even more if you wanted to. It's probably got one of the best studies I've ever seen. All orientates towards the back garden. It's light, it's bright, you can move straight in. It is a fabulous family home.
That's a big wrap, Phil. We got through them, all 40 of them. A very, very big week in the market. There is a lot going on. It is still a very exciting time in real estate, and it's going to play out late, Phil, I keep saying. Now, one warning to viewers who are looking at those properties and may be interested in them, Phil, many of them may well be sold before auction. So the auction, pre-auction sale
Watch out.
is very high. So make sure if you've got interest in them, ring those agents of ours, get through quickly, stake your claim, because we don't want you to miss out. Many are selling before. So that's a big wrap, Phil, on GPTV of this very, very busy, action-packed December week, Phil. It is all happening. It is going to go late this year. We look forward to keeping you informed and advised of all things real estate and some things not real estate as well. We'll see you next week. I'm Gary Peer.
I'm Philip Kingston. Have a fantastic week.